The digital landscape is undergoing a massive shift called deapping, which is the voluntary withdrawal of millions of people from dominant social media apps. It seems to be more than just a trend. It's a fundamental change in the social contract between people and the platforms that control their attention. In this video, we explore the deapping movement, a global rebellion against the attention economy and the final collapse of the traditional social media age. The term deapping connects to history, specifically when people in India use symbolic acts like removing headwear to reject authority and reclaim their personal identity. Today, deleting an app is seen as a way to reject the power of big tech companies that expect us to conform to their rules and values. By early 2025, about 5.42 billion people used social media, representing over 65% of the world's population. But while the total number of users is still growing slightly, the qualitative nature of our time on these apps is crashing. We have entered an era of channel fatigue, where the average person tries to manage nearly 7 different platforms a month, but feels they are getting less and less value from them. In the United Kingdom, social media identities dropped by 1.4 million in just 1 year. The biggest change is happening with younger generations. In 2014, 71% of US teens were on Facebook. By 2025, that number dropped to just 32%. Even high-growth apps like TikTok are seeing cracks, with users in some markets spending 15% less time on the app than they used to. We are seeing a flight to utility, where people move away from broadcasting their lives and toward apps that serve specific needs, like WhatsApp for messaging or Reddit for information. Why are we leaving? A major reason is that social media has become less social. Platforms have deprioritized content from regular people, the mundane breakfast posts, in favor of news, professional influencers, and sloppy AI-generated content. For a normal person, it doesn't feel like a conducive space to share your life anymore. Instead, it feels like a digital mall or a television commercial filled with ads and lifestyle aspirations you'll never achieve. By the end of 2025, nearly 50% of consumers have significantly limited their social media use because of this toxicity and ad overload. This constant scrolling is taking a serious toll on our brains. Apps are designed to activate the brain's reward center by releasing dopamine, using variable reward schedules that work just like slot machines to keep us hooked. This compulsive loop is linked to anxiety, depression, and major sleep disruptions. Research shows that using social media for more than 3 hours a day is a major risk factor for mental health issues. We are also suffering from social media fatigue, which is a state of emotional exhaustion and cynicism toward the digital world. Features like infinite scroll and autoplay create cognitive absorption, where we lose track of time. We also fall into upward social comparison, where we compare our messy real lives to the heavily edited and filtered highlight reels of everyone else, which crashes our self-esteem. Because of this, we are seeing a Gen Z rebellion against constant connectivity. For the generation that grew up online, opting out of a smartphone has become a new flex. This has led to a massive resurgence in dumb phones, basic devices that focus on calling and texting without the distractions of an app store. Google searches for these devices have jumped by 300% recently. Between 2021 and 2024, purchases of brick phones among 18 to 24-year-olds surged by 148%, while their use of smartphones dropped by 12%. These users are looking for digital sovereignty, the power to say no to the attention economy. They are embracing retro icons like the Nokia 3310 for its durability and the BlackBerry for its tactile keyboard. New companies like Mudita and Lightphone are also growing, offering minimalist phones with e-ink screens that are easy on the eyes and don't have social media capabilities at all. For those who aren't ready to quit entirely, the philosophy of digital minimalism is providing a middle path. This approach, popularized by Cal Newport, isn't about living off the grid. It's about choosing your digital tools intentionally. Minimalists often do a 30-day digital declutter, where they remove all optional apps for a month and only add back the ones that provide real value. This process can cut average screen time in half and significantly improve focus and sleep. Some people even apply these rules to listening to fewer podcasts to ensure they actually have time to think and reflect on what they learn. There is also a very practical reason for deapping: professional survival. In 2025, the line between our personal lives and professional lives has disappeared. Employers now routinely use AI-powered tools to screen your digital footprint to look for red flags like inappropriate language or excessive negativity. Something you post as a joke or a misinterpreted comment can lead to being fired, especially since most workers in the US can be let go at any time without a reason. Deleting these apps is increasingly seen as a way to manage your reputation and risk. Digitalization has also extended our working hours, leading to massive digital burnout. Surveys show that 50% of remote workers feel overworked, and nearly 40% feel completely burned out. Removing work-related communication apps from personal devices has become a necessary boundary for mental health. The legal world is also pushing back. Several major school systems have sued companies like Meta, Snap, TikTok, and Google, claiming their addictive design has created a mental health crisis for children. Internal documents from these companies show they knew their platforms were designed to capture and addict young users. Even the US Surgeon General has urged Congress to add warning labels to these platforms. For those who do take a break, the results are encouraging. A one-week social media detox can lead to a 24.8% reduction in symptoms of depression, a 16.1% drop in anxiety, and a 14.5% improvement in insomnia. However, the experience is different for everyone. While some feel immediate relief and happiness, others feel bored or disoriented. Interestingly, when people delete social media apps, their total screen time often stays the same because they just move to other things, like news, video apps, or different social platforms. This shows that the harm isn't necessarily the device itself, but the specific way social media apps make us feel. We're moving toward a concept called posting zero, where normal people simply stop sharing their private lives in public. We've learned the downside of broadcasting everything. The risk of viral embarrassment or public shaming is just too high. Instead, we are moving into private, intimate spaces like group chats and direct messages. The future of connection in 2025 is about quality over quantity. We are realizing that the original idea of social media, that everyone should share their life in public, was perhaps a mistake. The real tech luxury of the future is the ability to walk away from the feed and return to real-world relationships. By deapping, we aren't just deleting software. We are reclaiming our attention, our time, and our mental well-being in a world that is finally waking up from digital overload. Are you considering a digital declutter or switching to a dumb phone? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We read every one. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to join a community moving toward a more intentional future. See you in the next one.